Okay, there we go. We're getting started. I am going to go ahead and dive straight in without further ado because I'm really excited about this week. This is actually going to be the last chapter of Disc 1, and we'll finish up Disc 1 with one of my favorite levels in the entire series, one of my favorite puzzles in the entire series, and then next week is the start of Disc 2 with my all-time absolute favorite story beat in the entire series, and something I'm especially very, very excited to talk about in 2025 because more than anything else in this game so far, and there's been a lot of other stuff that fits this too. It's felt extremely relevant to what we're going through in the world today. So let's get right to it, and that part is next week. But there's plenty of great stuff this week too. So let's get to it. I'm going to minimize this. And there we go. So I can see when people pop in to say hi. I also didn't cut to the full frame me just because last week I forgot for the first couple minutes. So I'm trying to make sure that I have that set up properly. Anyway. Also, I know that I have been behind at getting my streams online. I still have the ones from the last 2 weeks saved on my computer. I just haven't uploaded them yet. I'm going to try to do that tonight. I do have some work to do tonight, unfortunately, so I might not get to it. But if I don't do it tonight, I will definitely do it tomorrow. And that'll be 2 weeks ago, last week, and today. Hey, there's Dad. Hi, Dad. Glad to see you here. Okay. Barley is with you. Aww. Is he a sweet doggy? Give him kisses from me. Okay, let's see. Let's do that. Maximize the HP restored by whatchamacallit it? What do you call it? I don't know. Okay, we do have a press cap to refill. FP gauge going up. That's what I was thinking of. Hey, Boo's here. Hi, Boo. Glad to see you too. Thanks for joining us. We're looking at Diablo Pillar Ptolemy and then Heimdal Gazzo for this week. Well, it's probably fine. I'll do that. Diablo Pillar Ptolemy, of course, out in the ocean, but luckily Canon's detector thing has it on the little mini-map, so it's not too hard to find. It'd be a nightmare to find it without that. I think Boo mentioned in one of the previous weeks, and I do the same thing. Usually save Ptolomea for the last Diablo pillar, simply because it's got the hardest boss fight of any of the Diablo pillars and one of the hardest boss fights in the game, which of course is Belclair. Ptolomea? Yeah, honestly, I'm not sure. I used to pronounce it Ptolemy, and at some point I switched to Ptolomea, I think primarily to distinguish it between that and the historical figure Ptolemy, which the Wild Arms 2 character Ptolomea is named after the area in Cocytus in Dante's Divine Comedy, Ptolomea, which is itself, I believe, named after Ptolemy, but that doesn't necessarily tell you how to pronounce it. So I'm not certain, but that's what I've been going with. I would go with the one with the fewest syllables so I could be lazy about it. Gorilla things in this Diablo fun. Yeah, they're pretty bad. Although I don't think they have any instant death attacks, so at least they're easier than some of the ones from Judeca in that regard. But they're still really annoying, yeah. Alright, here we go. Ptolemy is a brute force guy, so Brad's bombs are how we're going to get through this thing. There we go. Okay. Let's see if I can get through this without getting hit by a box. I could probably do this room, but or not. I guess I can't even get through this room, damn it. There's only so many bombs you can have on screen at once. You gotta time them properly and space them out properly, and the things advance fairly quickly, so it is relatively difficult to do. Yeah, I'm... Seriously? Okay. I guess you don't even necessarily have to destroy them if you're willing to just sit there and take the damage, because they just move off of you like those big blocks in Mario 64. You know. Damn it. Of course, if you don't blow them up and you get knocked off, then you gotta do it again. We'll probably have to, Ooh, do you remember any tricks for this? This is harder than I remember. There we go. Okay. Maybe I should be more aggressive with the bombs. This is what Ptolomea thinks counts as a puzzle. take the damage and heal afterwards. Yeah, I mean that's what I end up doing in practice. I do want to get good enough that I can actually get through it without taking damage, but it's real hard. Luckily the damage isn't that bad. Alright. I think the last version of that puzzle, because there's 3 different forms of that puzzle, but they all involve those huge blocks that try to crush you. I think the last one is, ironically, actually the easiest, because it's the only one where you can move indefinitely. Alright, there we go. We are back to full. Rude. There we go. Puzzle with a row of blocks. Oh, okay. I was thinking this was the last one. The row of blocks is the most ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, you can kind of game that one because I'm pretty sure it's always the same, but I haven't memorized which one is which. Where are you? There we go. Okay. Gotcha. There. Alright, I got through that room without taking damage at least. And bring Brad to the front so that Lilka and Tim can heal him. Want him full health for the next battle. Ptolomea just has a thing for big block things that smush people. Yeah. It's true. Like I said, he designed Shifting Sandland. Specifically the part with the big block things that smush people. Hey. You know, it's pretty rude. Oh my god, if this paralyzes Tim, I swear. Really, I should have given him the thing that it immunizes paralysis. We'll do that now. Which one was it? Oh, there we go. Blue anklet. Yeah, they're very annoying. Let's see if low quick can finish them all. Nice. Didn't even know that was their weakness. Alright, everyone's full health except Cannon, and I don't expect to use her in this fight. Belclair. Brad has the spotlight for a second and he thinks of Billy. Explosive Emperor Monster, Belclair. This is definitely one where I recommend using Brad instead of Cannon, simply because he's got more health and defense. That's the only reason. I mean, he's also a great attacker, but Cannon is also a great attacker. Just, she's not that good on defense. Oh, I forgot to upgrade the railgun. Shoot. How could I forget to do that? Oh well. Doesn't explode at you at all. I mean, I think it does when you kill it. Does that count? This is something I've talked about in bosses before, but it's especially important in this one. You want to keep your FP cycling. So the character's stats are improving and they're recovering health. To that end, we're going to be using force abilities quite a bit. Yeah? I remember, even relatively recently, I have... Still damn cool. I have lost to it, like in the relatively recent, but like in the past year, so it's... It might be a matter of luck. I mean, that attack, I think that's like strong enough to one-hit KO Lilka. But, you know, matter of luck. It just didn't hit. And Dad, to answer your question, this game is 25 years old. And yeah, it is cool looking. It's a great game. I love this game. Oh yeah, Angle Maw is so much harder than this one. I'm playing it all my life since I was 10. So we're doing a lot of damage with Ashley and Brad, and we've been very good about keeping our FP circling. So I think we should be okay here. Although I will say also, Boo, that time that I lost to Belclair within the past like year or so, I went in thinking, I'm good at this game. Belclair's not that hard. I'm going to try with Cannon to try and spark some abilities, and that was the mistake. If you go in, you know, braced for impact with Brad, you'll do a lot better. Whereas if you get cocky, you will die. This does seem to be, you know, relatively weak. It's not as much of a threat to us this time as usual. It didn't get any shots of Drill Dragger in, and Resonance, not Resonance, Megaton Attack never hit. So that was like about as easy as that battle can be. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely the preferred lineup for that fight. You know, at this part of the game, I tend to otherwise favor including Tim and Cannon in more battles, but for that one, you gotta do ABL. Okay. Alright, so we should be good from this point on. Give the blue anklet to Lilka, just to keep her avoiding paralysis. Save point. Alright, here we go. It was this one? Nope. There we go. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, 4, 1, and then 3, was it? Yeah, okay. 4, 1, 3, there you go. Just think of it as a Homestuck reference. Oh, these damn things. I'll try to take them all out of the start here. Two out of 3. Guess that's not bad. Yes. Really? Come on. Like right there. At least it's not those damn gorillas again. Alright, final fight against Ptolomea. And then we're on to Heimdal Gazzo. So I didn't remember to upgrade the railgun before coming here, so we only have one bullet for it, but I will go ahead and use that one bullet, just 'cause why not? Dun, 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 dun. Railgun! Still not that much of a threat. Let's mix it up. He's really spamming that Ptolomea dynamite. Alright, there we go. Bonds formed in battle are the strongest. Alright, there we go. That's all 4 pillars. Cutting off the energy supply from the Diablo pillars has disabled the stealth function. Hurry back to the chateau. Thing I will not actually do. Just want to restock those arms. And upgrade Brad's. I have to upgrade first. Not quite. Alright, that's good. Where is that? There it is. Here we go. Last level, the first disc. Ilka, Brad, Tim, Cannon. So, 2 halves to this chapter, this level. We make our way to the cockpit in the first half, and then the boss fight is against Vinsfeld. That concludes the first half. And then the second half is one big puzzle, and then a rematch against Vinsfeld. And that's the end of the disc. Lilka must fight alone. She'll be fine. She's a tough cookie. There we go. And it's that big puzzle in the second half that is my favorite puzzle in the game. And the one that I'm most excited to show off. There we go, much better. You know... Ugh. Doppelgangers! Just like the ones that took Brad's form back at the alchemic plant. And these ones can take your form in battle. Or sometimes they just kick you. This is 2 big rooms with a bunch of teleporters around. And the teleporters always map to the same area in the other room. So you can use that to sort of plan it out. I believe you have to go up here. There you go. Is it me or does it just keep cutting out? It hasn't been for me. It might be something with my internet connection. Is it just like for a second? Let me pause the game. Is it just like for a second, or is it for like longer periods? Am I missing half the stream? It might just be on your end. Dad, if you're still there, can you say whether you're seeing it cut out? I don't know if you're still there. And my connection seems good. Might just be on your end. Alright, until I hear from you again, I'm gonna... For 1 or 2 at a time? Okay. Yeah, it's probably just like... I'm not sure if it's my end or yours, but it's probably just like a hiccup in the system. This was... Yeah, okay. Let's go back to Cannon and Tim. See if we can get the, get Cannon to spark a new ability. Yeah, it might be Twitch. Tons of people probably streaming Silk Song. Because that just came out, like, I think literally today. Oh, I kind of skipped over it, but he said he was... Vinsfeld said he was particularly furious because we killed Antenora. Which, of course, we know Antenora didn't actually love him. And in fact, she wanted to get killed precisely to hurt him. So it's a little... It's the fact that even after all of this, he still never actually recognized her feelings. He's, he's not empathetic, he's cruel. And he probably was only attracted to Antenora because she was beautiful. Because he didn't seem to give a shit about her as a person. It's pretty typical villain shit. I think we unlocked Phalanx? Yeah. Okay. Oh! Forgot that can auto-kill sometimes. Okay, we'll have to swap cannon out for a bit. Bring Loka back. Well, actually, we don't technically have to. Uh-oh. Cannon's gonna die. Ashley and Tim should be okay unless one of them gets hit with the auto kill. Okay. And then Cannon will be back, but of course she'll lose all her FP, which sucks, but... Not much we can do about it at this point. Something got dropped off for us. There he goes. All right. It was Odessa that manipulated the monsters and made them flow from the earth, which is something that apparently Ashley thought was true. It's not. Well, I mean, there was the demon setting. But... At any rate, Vinsfeld activates the self-destruct. And we've got to escape. This is the part that I've talked about as my favorite puzzle. Party splits up. And you have to toggle between them to coordinate their escape. This is, each of Wild Arms 1, 2, and 3 had a puzzle like this. I call them Pandemonium puzzles because Pandemonium was the name of the dungeon in Wild Arms 1 that did it first. But any kind of puzzle where you've got a party with multiple people in different locations and you have to toggle between them and work your way through the puzzle with like one character solving one thing that allows another character to progress. It's distributed teamwork. Yeah. As opposed to all of them, the regular teamwork of all of them just being in the same place working together. It's really fun, and I wish there were more puzzles like it, which is why I want to make a game that's just all of that. All of the game is just this kind of puzzle. That's the plan. Here we go. Okay. See if I can remember all of the steps you have to do. So that a Final Fantasy title on a massive puzzle like this where you work between two separate parties and characters. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm sure Wild Arms isn't the only series to have done it. Though obviously I'm not super familiar with Final Fantasy. Do you remember which one it was? Tim comes out. I love the this red herring. It looks like you're supposed to move these boxes onto these switches. No. It's just already open. There's an early one. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I've played... The Final Fantasy game that I've played the most would be 6. And that's definitely got some stuff that's like, kind of like this, but not exactly. Brad returns the favor, standing on this part. Oh. You know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Robert time. Oh, Robert! He's like, yeah, I'm supposed to go out. Hey, you interrupted my stream. You know what that means? I get to show you off for the camera. Hey, everybody look, it's Robert! He's a fluffy kitty. He's a fluffy boy. You want to say something? He never says anything while I'm holding him up. Okay. That's Robert, everybody. We love him. I'll let him out now. Okay. Boo says, hi, Robert. Yeah, we love Robert. Anyway, I was saying, yeah, I do remember Final Fantasy VI had some puzzles that were kind of like this, yeah. But I don't really feel any of them were quite the same thing. No, I need to move the Lilka. There we go. And now... See, this thing controls that, so... Tim moves the block on so that Lilka can step on the pad, and then he knocks it off so that she can stay on it while it moves. Neat little trick. Now with Lilka and cannon in place, Tim can open this thing. Note the use of colored doors where always one is closed and the other two are open as a way of that's a way for the game designers to keep track of what characters are in what locations so that the player doesn't soft lock. It's very well designed. Brad hasn't done a ton at this point. We'll do more with him here. Wait, no, that's wrong. Sorry. There we go. With Brad moving that block into play and then stands on that switch to lower it so that Tim can do that to push it onto that switch and advance him. Let's see. The cannon? I think it was cannon. Whoops. This is a neat little design. You gotta go over to the other side of the blocks so they have room to push it down in there. It's not a terribly hard puzzle, but it's just neat, you know? Oh, before I hit that computer... Oh, Loca's trapped in here. Okay. So no, it's after the computer. Locust part's over. Got me kidding. And as each of the 4 characters reaches the escape pod, they get one of these cutscenes. Ashley makes contact with each of them via empathy. Don't go looking in any places you shouldn't be, okay? There's so much I haven't told you yet. Honey, it's we all know. We can all tell. It's very obvious. Everyone knows you have a crush on Ashley. Worst kept secret in Filgaia. Also, what does Brad do in his little scene? Kick something! Gotta kick something. It's Brad. He kicks things. His kicks have the power of punches. And Tim. Tim and Puka. Despair destroys all hope, and that negates any possibilities for the future. I gotta remember that. What a line. I'm gonna pray that this escape pod doesn't turn into my casket. I mean, how tacky! What a line. Barometric pressure is changing so quickly. Cannon, with her bionic implants, is the first to be aware that what's actually happening is they're not crashing down to Filgaia's surface, they are in fact rising. Mixed in with your heart's voice is the howl of the demon. Don't worry, I'm the one who will exorcise it out of you. And after the other four went through that big puzzle, Ashley gets a solo fight against Vinsfeld, and that concludes the disc. This fight isn't terribly hard. Vinsfeld no longer has any instant death attacks, for one thing, because that would be ridiculously unfair in a 1v1 battle. But also, he just likes to spam buff canceller attacks, which, like, it doesn't do a ton. It does negate the effect of our up parameter skill, unfortunately. So that's kind of annoying. But it's also him just wasting a turn that he could be attacking, so he's not really a threat. Although, incidentally, one thing I'm not sure if I've ever mentioned before on these streams, one thing that you can do in Wild Arms 2 is kind of interesting. The characters all have access to the up HP skill that increases the HP you get when you get a level up. And it is therefore advantageous to the player to get that skill at as low a level as possible so that you can use it on as many level ups as possible. And later characters always join at the same level as Ashley. So, one thing that you can do to maximize the HP those characters will have for like late game boss fights is to make sure you keep Ashley at as low a level as possible for as long as possible, so that they join at low levels and can gain more health. This is called a low Ashley run, and it makes some battles that are normally pretty easy way harder in exchange for those late game boss fights being much easier. This is one of the ones that is hard on a low Ashley run, even though it's not hard for us now. Probably not the hardest, but definitely hard. Anyway, he can barely even touch us right now. There's Void Effect. That was the one I was talking about, the buff canceller. Like I said, that's a bit annoying in that I like those buffs, but ultimately he's the one wasting a turn. Like, even with the buff canceller, he's only doing 91 damage. Oh, you got a healing spell. Right. Well, you can't heal as much as I can deal, so... that's just wasting time. There we go. Like I said, pretty easy in a normal run. Alright, now, recall, yeah, they stole a nuke during the emulator zone section, and with Vinsfeld's got, he's about to die, he's got nothing left to lose, just launch the damn thing. Now, they say nuke because it's loosely inspired by real-life nuclear weapons, although it is in practice very different. It basically creates a nuclear dragon that will show up, which is it's very anime. Less mushroom cloud, more Ava. One week later or 1 month later, a nuclear blaze could blow. Could come tomorrow. It will come in Disc 2. And Ashley's final thought here is to tell Marina he's sorry. Speaking of, I'm sure the star can handle a wish like that. And bit of a blunt landing, but essentially okay. These 4 characters. But Ashley is not here. Why is there always one person who breaks their promise? So we'll have to wait till next week to see what happened to Ashley. Sort of. A glimpse of it here. There, out of the atmosphere among the wreckage in some sort of bubble, is Ashley. Yep. And that's it for disc 1. We will, of course, save here. Fill Gaia's subspace. This is from another playthrough that I had, where I apparently was at a higher level despite taking less time. I guess I have spent a lot of time just talking. Here. Anyway. Please insert disc 2. There we go. So that's it for this week. And as I said before, I'm really excited. The most I've ever been excited about this game for the stuff that we're getting to next week. So be sure and tune in. If you can't make it during the live broadcast, I will have this stuff up on YouTube. I promise. So see you all next week. Thanks again. Bye-bye.